Hey, what's poppin' YouTube? This your boy Bid 3200, aka Mr. Antisocial, and we back today with another video. Y'all already know. Hey man, we gonna check out this video, man, on Polo G's secret war going down in Chicago. Hey man, but I guess if you from Chicago, it ain't no secret. But we ain't from Chicago, so you know it's real hush hush to us. Anyway, today's Loud Pack is going to be sponsored by my boys down on Franklin. If you're from the Biddy, you already know. But with no further ado, we going to hop right into this video. Hey yo, don't forget, like and subscribe. Tell me what y'all think about the material in the comment section. Let's go.
Rappers like Chief Keef, Lil Durk, King Von, and FBG Duck made their beats in the south side of Chicago famous all over the world. But a lot of rap fans have no idea about the brutal war going down on the north side of the city. POLO G is one of the hottest rappers out of Chicago in the game right now. And today we're breaking down the shocking and deadly beef that his set is wrapped up in. POLO G came up on the north side of Chicago repping a set called 1300 Sedville. 1300 is mostly Mickey Cobras and Vice Lords, and on the track Check Me Out, Polo raps, Fucking Nigga Up, Hollows Penetrate, Glizzy Take 'Em Out Like a Date, I Hang With the Lords and the Snakes, but we something like gorillas and apes, from that block where we drop into rakes. 1300 is based in the Marshall Field Garden Apartments, and their main ops ran a building just 5 minutes away. Only the End, aka OTE, was in the Cabrini Green projects, and the whole area was one of the most active spots in the city. Cabrini Green used to have over 15,000 people living there in the projects, but it's been a war zone since the 80s. Gangs started running the hood, and there are stories about them even posting snipers up on the rooftops to keep the ops from coming in. Right now, O Block is definitely the most notorious hood in Chicago, but Cabrini Green used to be even crazier. 1300 and OTE have been at war for years too, and what makes the situation even more wild is how much their territory has changed. Now, 1300 and OTE's territory is surrounded by expensive apartments and multi-million-dollar houses, so you can be around some of the most savage dudes in the city 1 second, then go 2 blocks over and see rich families riding around in Bentleys. The beef between 1300 and OTE has been going on for so long that the dudes who are active in the streets right now don't even know how it all started. But in the early 2010s, a whole new wave of shootings kicked off that left people dead on both sides. In 2013, a 1300 affiliate named Thana was shot and killed while he was walking through 1300 territory. A lot of people think OTE was involved with the hit, but others claim that it was another set in the area called Suwu that took him out. A rapper from OTE named OTE Kump even said that OTE wasn't behind Thana's death on the track Near North Dead Ops when he rapped. OTE dropping shit got the feds hot. Thana got smoked with 4 tools. That's Buddy and them work. We don't know, dude. Sue Woo and OTE used to be clicked up, but there was some internal beef that caused a split, and they've been ops ever since. Then an OTE affiliate named 50 was killed, and rumors said that 1300 was sliding for Thana. But other sources claim that 50's death didn't have anything to do with the beef between 1300 and OTE. The next loss that 1300 took had a massive impact on the crew though. In 2014, a dude from 1300 named Tim Tim, aka Gucci, allegedly caught an OTE affiliate named Q-Ball and put hands on him. Q-Ball already had issues with Gucci since they were from rival sets, but then the situation got personal and Q-Ball allegedly went out hunting for Gucci. According to the police report, Q-Ball and one of his homies were on bikes when they spotted Gucci and started letting off shots. Gucci was found lying face up in the grass when the cops got there, and unfortunately, he didn't recover from the gunshots and was pronounced dead at the hospital. Gucci was one of the top dudes in 1300, and Polo G said that the G in his name was to honor Gucci.
The G stand for Gucci. That's for my friend who passed away.
Gucci had a lot of respect in his hood, and a lot of dudes in the area started claiming Tim Tim Gang, aka TTG, because of him. On the same track, OTE Kump did stand up from 1300. He also took shots at Tim Tim and rapped, 1300 can't stop lacking. Finding ops, shit getting tragic. Tim Tim tried out for Jesse White, phone them run up on bikes when his ass doing backflips. Y'all cracking cars, y'all ain't trapping. Chase him off Hudson, then serve they addicts. Gucci was a tough loss for 1300, but it wasn't long before they had to mourn another member. A dude named Killer from 1300 was caught by 3 OT affiliates while he was in his whip. They shot his car up and made him crash. and by the time paramedics got Killer to the hospital, it was already too late. Some guys in 1300 started calling themselves Killer Mob after Killer's death. And on the track Check Me Out, Polo G rapped, TTG, TNG, Killer Mob, ODA, be the gang. Yeah, that's all that I stood for. Matter of fact, man, that's all that I stand for. 1300 had taken a bunch of losses back to back, but then OTE lost one of their own dudes while he was trying to hit a lick. According to rumors, a dude from OTE named Trap walked up to some dudes sitting in a whip outside of a restaurant and tried to rob him. But what he didn't know is that they were rolling with a 1300 member who was still inside the restaurant. When the 1300 affiliate came outside, he allegedly grabbed his Trap from inside the whip and shot Trap to death on the spot. Then, just a month after Trap was killed, 1300 lost 2 more members on the same day. Ed and Lil Bit were twin brothers who rep 1300. Ed was a star basketball player who had dreams of making it to the NBA, but unfortunately, he was killed before he had the chance to even try. Ed and Lil Bit were walking down the street in 1300 territory when some shooters pulled up and shot both of them to death. It was another big loss for 1300, and Polo G shouted Ed out on the track Battle Cry and rapped, "A lot of shit happened way too fast. I ain't have time to heal." Ed was gonna make it on that court, but he died in the field. Some people thought OTE was behind the hit on Ed and Lil Bit, but others claim it was another set's work. It's not clear who really took Ed and Lil Bit out, but OTE Coomp dissed them on the track Near North Dead Ops and rapped, "Everybody was happy when Trap died. Twin them got clapped, y'all was so sick. Still let Clarence hang and he didn't blow. Guess y'all want us to take 2 more. Lil Bit fat ass run too slow. Left Lil Ed brain hanging on the floor." It's not clear if OTE was involved with killing Ed and Lil Bit, but 1300 allegedly clapped back and killed an OTE affiliate not long after the twins died. A dude named Head from OTE was driving down the street when someone caught up to his whip and killed him in traffic. And on the track No Mask, Polo G allegedly dissed Head in Trap 2 when he rapped, "But I know one op we seen in traffic called a headshot. Know a nigga that tried to rob. They cooked him. Bitch, that lead hot. Check the scope. Who block ain't like that? They can't say said not." Then OTE lost another member when a dude from the set named O-Dog just straight up disappeared out of nowhere. Rumors say he was taken out by 1300, but his body was never found and there's no evidence 1300 had anything to do with it. O-Dog was last seen on 44th Street in 2018 after he walked out of his crib at 10 p.m. and never came back. Some people think he was kidnapped and murdered, but his missing persons report says that O-Dog suffered from bipolar disorder and nobody knows what really happened to him. After O-Dog disappeared, 1300 lost 2 more members and rumors say it was get back for O-Dog. Cole and Tay from 1300 were driving down the street in Sedville territory when another car pulled up and started letting off shots. Cole and Tay tried to drive off, but the shooters caught both of them and they ended up crashing their whip and dying. Nobody was ever booked for killing Cole and Tay, but a lot of people think OTE was behind the hit. Then in 2020, a 1300 affiliate named Puda was walking down an alleyway with his homie when someone popped out and started letting off shots. Puda's homie made it out alive, but unfortunately, Puda was killed at just 15 years old. 1300 and OTE were both losing a lot of members to the beef and turning their whole neighborhood into a war zone, but nobody expected what happened next. By 2021, Polo G was already a star in the rap game and had left 1300 territory a long time ago. He blew up in 2018 off tracks like Gang With Me and Welcome Back. Then in 2019, he hit the Billboard Hot 100 when he linked up with Lil TJ for the track Pop Out. Polo G signed a huge deal with Columbia Records and kept the momentum up. He was running up millions of streams on every track he dropped. And in 2020, he leveled up again after he started working with massive artists like Lil Durk, King Von, and Lil Baby. The whole time Polo G was popping off and making it in the industry, one dude he always had by his side was B Money. Some reports say B Money was Polo G's blood brother, but others claim they were just best friends. It's not clear if they were related or not, but Polo G and B Money were like family even if they didn't have blood ties. Polo and B Money weren't staying in Chicago anymore after Polo blew up in the rap game. If you come from the streets, it's always a good move to get out of your city after you make it in the industry. Getting famous just puts a bigger target on your back for the ops, and rumors say that's why B Money ended up getting killed. B Money allegedly went back to Chicago to celebrate one of his homies' birthdays, and that's what got him killed. It's not clear exactly what went down, but in August 2021, B Money was shot and killed in his hometown. After the hit went down, rumors were flying that B Money was chilling in 1300 territory when OTE got the drop on him and shot him while he was outside on the porch. OTE might have been involved with the hit, but it turns out that B Money didn't even die in his hood. Nobody was ever booked for the murder either, and there are some crazy rumors about what really happened. Some people think that Polo G sacrificed his own homie to help his career. After B Money died, There was a rumor going around that Polo had him killed so he could have a #1 album on the charts. It was a wild theory that Polo G sold his soul to have success in the rap game, and he had to sacrifice his homie to make it all happen. Obviously, most people weren't buying the idea that Polo made some kind of sacrifice to make it on the charts though, but a lot of them think OTE.
Yo, we not gonna keep going with the only way a black man can make it is he gotta sell his soul. We not gonna keep doing that because this is something that they used to say back in the day. And a lot of y'all youngins won't know this because y'all too young. But this is something they used to say back in the day. Was he sold his soul? They didn't mean necessarily like he sold his soul to the devil. They was meaning that he sold his soul to the man. To the white man. That's what they meant. Like he a turncoat. Y'all took that and ran with it not knowing what these sayings meant. Y'all just took them for face value and y'all ran with that. And y'all really thinking, oh, he sold his soul, he sold his soul. Every African American man that makes it, male or female, man or woman, don't mean that they sold their soul just to make it out. Don't mean that they had to sacrifice something. Hey, yo, listen. Money and wealth can be detrimental to people's lives. It's not always something that can be beneficial and help you. Even though you can use that as that, everybody don't progress when they get money. Everybody don't excel when they get money. Sometimes it'll hold a person back. Sometimes it'll become a person's downfall. Some people don't know how to handle success or money sometimes. So if I'm rich, if I get rich all of a sudden, and I put my man on, he come with me, we've been broke all our lives, but fuck it, I got the bread now. I'm bringing him along with me. He's not doing nothing. He could be a good dude. I'm a good dude. We just rocking. He go cop a Will. Will could be super fast. That might have been his first car. Crash it and die. God forbid. My success was detrimental to his life. Because if I didn't get that much money, or if I didn't get a lot of money and able to take him along with me and give him money so he could go buy a fast car, he probably wouldn't have bought a fast car as his first car. He probably wouldn't have knew how to not know how to drive, jump behind the wheel, not had the experience, and did that to himself. He might not have been so happy just living every day like it's his last if it wasn't for my success. So sometimes y'all gotta stop like really taking things for face value and thinking that people just out here just willing to sell their soul to make some bread. Because it's not always like that.
He was behind the hit on B Money. He wasn't killed in the neighborhood, and nobody was ever arrested for his murder. But right after B Money died, someone slid on OTE and took out one of their members. Spaz was a dude from Haji Mob 5700, but some sources claim that he repped OTE too. And we'll get into why a lot of people think Polo G put out a hit on him in a second. Right after B Money died, Spaz hopped in the booth and recorded a diss track aimed at him. And then just a couple days later, Spaz was shot and killed. He was in his whip when someone pulled up next to him and started letting off shots. Spaz didn't even have time to react before he was killed, and 1300 hopped on social media and started dissing him immediately. Spaz getting taken out right after B Money died already had a lot of people thinking 1300 was involved with the hit, but there's another big reason why people tie Polo G to the whole thing. Back in the day, Polo G had major issues with an OTE affiliate named Fluky, aka Elway. According to OTE Coomp, Fluky used to put hands on Polo back in the day.
So you said they had like a fight or something? Yeah, he beat his ass on the train, Joe. Beat on his train.
Polo?
Yeah.
Fluky got killed, and Polo has dissed him ever since. But 1300 didn't have anything to do with his crazy death. Fluky tried to drag someone's whip back in the day, but he picked the wrong target because the dude he tried to steal the car from ended up being an ex-police officer. Fluky and two of his homies walk up to the car and try to take it, and that's when the ex-cop upped his strap and started shooting at all of them. Fluky got hit in the chest and was rushed to the hospital, but by the time he got there, it was already too late and he was pronounced dead. Fluky was a big loss for OTE, and on the track Epidemic, POLO G dissed him and rapped, "Well, if you act like he bout it, then put him on the list. You better pick out a casket, cause they going quick." They gassed him up, now tears shedding when they post his pic. "I know about some Fluky shit, I heard he died on the lick." Fluky was one of POLO G's main ops from OTE. Some reports say that Spaz was Fluky's blood brother. And after Spaz died, rumors are flying that Polo had put a bag on his head because he dissed B Money and had family ties to Fluky. It's not clear how much work Polo G ever put in the streets, but his homies have even sent death threats to cameramen for getting involved with their beef with OTE. 16 shot him visuals linked up with OTE Coombe to shoot the video for his Polo G 1300 diss track near North Dead Ops back in the day. It was a wild diss, and the video even had news reports from when dead 1300 members had been killed. Before 16 shot him made the video, he was actually supposed to link up with Polo G and shoot something with him, but that all changed after he shot the Near North Dead Ops video. Before the video even came out, everyone in the city knew that OTE Coombe had linked up with 16 shot him for it, and someone from Polo's side jumped in 16 shot him's DMs and warned him not to drop the video.
One of the ops DM'd me. It was like, don't drop that video. It's gonna put you in a war. We fucking up cameraman and all.
16 shot him said that the OTE dudes offered to put the video up on their channel, so 16 shot him wouldn't catch any heat from the beef.
They even tell me like, you don't gotta drop this on your channel. We're gonna drop it on Pappy Gang page.
Right.
I'm like, cool. Y'all could do that.
But after the other side tried to press him, 16 shot him dropped the video on his own channel the very next day.
It pissed me off and I dropped it the next day. That's why the video really not a good quality for real, because it's like, if you come to me aggressive, I'm gonna get aggressive with you.
After B Money was killed, 1300 allegedly started putting major pressure on the ops. And rumors say they even killed a 16-year-old girl named Kappa who was affiliated with OTE. Kappa was leaving the party, but someone blocked her whip and shot her to death in a parking lot. It's not clear if 1300 was really behind the hit, but they lost another one of their own members just 2 weeks later. A dude from 1300 named Turtle was allegedly set up by OTE and killed by them, but then OTE took another loss right after. According to reports, Sav from OTE was sliding in 1300 territory. A dude on the 400 block of West Blackhawk Street waved a police officer down and told him that Sav had just upped his strap at him. The cops found Sav a little while later and started chasing him on foot, and one of the cops tried to tase him at first. The taser didn't hit though, and Sav upped his strap at the cops and let off a shot. The police started busting back and hit Sav several times, and he was pronounced dead at the hospital later that night. OTE took another loss when 1300 got the drop on a dude from their set named Turbo. Fat and some other 1300 affiliates called Turbo and started letting off shots. They killed Turbo on the spot, but Turbo was busting back and hit Fat. Fat and his homies drove off, but Fat was hit in the chest and bleeding out fast. But instead of actually taking him into the hospital to be saved, they just dumped his body outside the hospital and he was pronounced dead later that night. After Turbo and Fat died, the war between 1300 and OTE started slowing down. But OTE isn't the only set that Polo G and his homies have beef with. Before Polo G blew up, the biggest rapper from the north side of Chicago was a dude named Young Pappy. Pappy came up in Rogers Park on the north side and was affiliated with PBG and TFG. He started rapping and recording tracks at just 12 years old, but he was neck deep in the trenches the whole time. Back in 2012, Pappy's homie Pooh Bear was allegedly shot and killed by a dude from Loke City named Munchie, and that's what made Pappy take rap more seriously. But while Pappy was setting up his own studio and making music, PBG and Loke City were in the middle of a crazy beef. Pappy allegedly shot a dude from Loke City named Lucky, and after it went down, Young Pappy dropped the track Competition and rapped, "I ain't even just rapping, boy, this real shit. How I'm lacking while it's cracking, you ain't killed shit. Better ask Lucky what'll happen when I drill shit." Pappy was also allegedly involved with the death of a dude named Black Lamb in 2013. While Chief Keef was putting the South Side on the map, Young Pappy was the first drill rapper on the North Side who was getting any buzz. He was getting shot at by the ops, dissing them right after, and running up millions of views on YouTube. One time the ops caught him lacking and almost took him out, but Pappy threw a cameraman in front of him to use as a human shield. Pappy made it out without a scratch, but the innocent
Hey,
cameraman
yo,
was tragically killed.
This nigga used the fucking cameraman as a human shield, though. Yo, he shot, dog. Yo, this boy really scared. He said he used the cameraman as a human shield, though. You can't make this shit up, yo.
On the spot. Pappy was killed way before Polo G ever popped off, but Polo used to show love and said that Pappy was the first one to really put on for the north side of the city before he came in. Polo obviously had respect for Pappy, but Pappy's homies linked up with OTE, so Polo dropped the track ODA Part 2 and rapped, "Fuck Pappy gang, they be with the ops, so get on they ass what I gotta do. I be dropping rakes down there every day." A lot of people think Pappy's death is what really sparked a lot of the violence on the north side. Nobody was ever arrested for his murder, but rumors say it was a dude from a set called Lil Fo Mob, aka Hazel Mob, who killed Pappy. Right after young Pappy died, PBG allegedly killed a dude from Lil Fo Mob named EJ, and a few months later, they allegedly slid into Lil Fo Mob territory and killed another dude named G Tuck. After that, all the sets in the area were way more active, and that's around the same time Polo G's homies in 1300 really turned up the beef with OTE and the rest of the ops. Everyone involved with the war lost a lot of people, but luckily the violence has been slowing down. That whole area of Chicago is changing right now, and the old hoods are getting torn down to make space for more expensive apartments and houses. But even though the war isn't as active right now, it's clear that it'll always be on site for 1300 and OTE.
Hey, man. Hey, man, we gonna wrap this one up. Bull crazy thinking he gonna use the cameraman as a shield, though. But, yo, man, hey, yo, you see where this all goes, right? In the end, y'all all see where this lifestyle goes. You know, dead in jail. Success is very, very slim. Chances of success are very, very slim. Hey, man, y'all gotta find something else better to do. Y'all gotta find something else better to do, man. And to the ones that do find success out of this lifestyle, man, hey, turn your back on the streets, man. You don't owe the streets no loyalty. You don't. You don't. If the streets will see your best friends get murdered, if the streets will take family members away from you, if the streets will see you starving, you don't owe the streets no loyalty. You just made it up out of there by the grace of God. Turn your back on the streets. You don't owe the streets no loyalty. Hey, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. For now, this your boy Bad 3200, aka Mr. Antisocial, and I'm up out of here, y'all. One.